Are we working? Looks like we're working. Okay. So it's that time of the month again. For Imperium. Last month was probably the first ever Imperium month I was actually genuinely really disappointed with. This month is a baller month. So swings and roundabouts, I guess. So I've got issue 32, 33, 34, and 35. And then we've got Imperium Kit number 2, which, spoiler alert, it's all Tyranids. Fuck yeah. So, we're going to start off with the magazines, and then we'll get to the Premium Kit. But yeah, Premium Kit, super, super cool. Alright, this magazine is also super, super cool, because I don't have any of these. It's like the one AdMech unit I didn't buy. So in this one, we're going to get a Cataphan Destroyer or Annihilator. I don't actually remember if this is which one it is. I think it's depends which weapons you give it. Here's a super cool robot boy. He's got tank treads for legs, and he's got a servitor on top. Super, super cool stuff. Really, really cool, and just tons of little robot arms and bits and I don't know, just cables and claws, and super cool kit. So super looking forward to building that. It should be really fun. He comes on this big honking base. Sounds like a weird error in it there. Strange. But yeah, he's super cool. So there he is right there. That is the Cataphan Destroyer. In all of his Robo Tread monster glory. Yeah, so you can have a flamethrower or machine gun, and then I think he has a couple different plasma weapons. Cataphan Destroyers are battle servitors, armed with an array of heavy weapons. With the aid of these machines, an Adeptus Mechanicus tech priest can take on enemy vehicles, alien monsters, and fortified positions without risking the Skitarii in his direct assault. Plasma culverins are exceptionally destructive weapons that are particularly effective when directed against massed ranks of infantry. So yeah, it's pretty rad. Usually this box is $60 and you get 3 of them. So we'll say it's about 20 then, which is pretty sweet. Because the magazine's less than that, so hell yeah. Let's see. Yeah, because eventually it's going to be 3 units, so we're going to get some more. Servitors are created from the bodies of mind-wiped and lobotomized humans, usually criminals. Not always. Majority of the survivors when Cadia fell, servitors. They're augmented with mechanical arms and tools for a variety of different roles. Electro priests. These fanatics are implanted with devices that channel the motive force, which is the aspect of the machine god that is said to give life to all biological and mechanical things. They're split into 2 rival factions, the Corpuscari and the Fulgurites. Onager Doomcrawlers. These giant lumbering war machines are able to negotiate difficult terrain and bring their devastating weaponry to bear upon the enemy. The powerful engines that power an Onager Doomcrawler owe their origin to Arkan Land. The famous techno-archaeologist responsible for uncovering many of the Imperium's mightiest weapons of war including the land crawler, or the land raider, which is just named after him, which is like the dumbest fucking thing in Warhammer. Onager Doomcrawlers are piloted by Skitarii, who have been permanently enmeshed into the Walker's systems. And probably the coolest AdMech vehicle is the Iron Striders. These walking machines are piloted by the Corps of Sindonian Dragoons and Iron Strider Ballistari. They're each fitted with limbless and sightless servitors that act as interfaces between Skitarii riders and their near-perfect perpetual motion device at the engine's core. The zealous Sindonian Dragoons are Iron Strider engines. Use their Iron Strider engines to track and hunt query no matter where they run. The Iron Strider Ballistari, meanwhile, are expert marksmen. The Iron Strider engines are constantly on the move, stalking the battlefield to find the ideal firing position. So this is a dumb but fun piece of lore. These things actually never stop moving because they figured out how to turn them on and they can't figure out how to turn them off. So when they like store them on a ship, they're basically on giant treadmills constantly. Because they constantly walk. There's no way to stop them, which is kind of cool. It's really stupid, but stuff on the Age of Strife. Ooh, that's a cool piece of art. Look at that. Shunning Psychers and the hatred of Xenos. Alright, we gotta read the Hatred of Xenos one. As humanity grappled with threats from within, opportunistic Xenos races gazed upon the crumbling realm with hungry eyes. Alien invaders emerged from the stars and descended upon isolated human settlements, butchering and enslaving the colonists to expand their own galactic empires. In the thousands of years that were the Age of Strife, humans' attitudes towards Xenos races hardened to the point of utter hatred. No longer were they seen as potential allies or sources of trade and science. Instead, they were to be feared, reviled, and should the opportunity arise, annihilated without remorse or hesitation. Yeah, that's pretty right. One point there is that this isn't shared by all of humanity, it's just shared by the Imperium. But there are like a lot of like human groups that have dealt with aliens in the past. And were actually completely annihilated by the Imperium, even though they were humans. Spoiler alert, the Imperium's the bad guys. Yeah, they're the bad guys, they're not the good guys. Alright, here's how we build our cool little tank bro. Looks like he's got a bunch of parts, that's pretty sweet. Looks like it's giving us one assembly for him, which is the big plasma gun. Yeah, it's a plasma gun and a flamethrower on him. And then how to paint him. Using all the paints they've given us so far. And then... oh god, Adeptus Mechanicus rules. Adeptus Mechanicus are what made me basically stop playing 10th. Or 9th. Because their rules are just clusterfuck. Look, even that, like, it has 3 different profiles depending on how you're shooting at people. Oy, 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 oy. And then you get a little mission. So yeah, pretty sweet. Really good, really good model. Super looking forward to building this tonight. Get him all built up, be pretty sweet. Next up, we got some paints. Normally I'd complain about a paint issue, especially one with only 2 pots of paint. However, these are 2 paints I don't have. And they're 2 washes, which is pretty darn good. So washes are like $8 a pop. So we got Reichland Flesh Shade. I've never had that before. And Cryptake Armor Shade Gloss. Actually don't think they make this anymore, so that'll be kind of cool to see. Oh, one's a big pot, one's a little guy. Interesting. So, be neat to see. I actually never used either of those. Oh, it's a fold out on Chaos. Alright, we'll read that after. We got some Orcs, some Blood Angels going at it. And here's where you can generate your own Forge World and their goal. It's pretty cool. Identity flaws. Destroy Xenotech. Necron, 2 world ambitions. So, same thing for the Necrons. Precise translocation. Reckless arrogance. Unleash the destroyers. And we got a thing on the Catan. The Catan were once gods among the stars, possessed of powers like no mortal race could hope to wield. Now they exist only as fragmented shards, imprisoned within the eldritch machinery of the Necrons, forced to serve the very same race whose souls they once obliterated. Let's see, we have Shards of the Deceiver. Are the remnants of the Mephritan the Deceiver, the most deceitful of the Catan. Even shattered and bound by the Necrons, each shard of the Deceiver still radiates a powerful blend of deadly truths and bewildering illusions, with which it may misdirect and cloud the minds of mortals. The Void Dragon. By the way, the Void Dragon is what the Imperium calls the machine god. Like, they worship it like as a spirit on Mars, and they don't realize, but it's the Void Dragon. Fill the air with searing screams of distorted static. With a single gesture, they can destroy the war engines of the enemy, dragging the resultant disintegrating matter into themselves, using it to replenish their own ever-flickering forms. Each of these entities also carries a spear of the Void Dragon, with which it can sunder vehicles and reduce mortal infantry to smoldering ash. And then we have the Cowl of Shadows and Flashing Scythe. The Nightbringer appears in the myths and legends of many primitive cultures across the galaxy. Shards of the Nightbringer can drain the life force from those they touch. When he was shattered, he actually imprinted his own existence on the psyches of the collective universe. So that's why a lot of our Grim Reaper and stuff is based on him, or why he looks like a Grim Reaper. The Orcs are the most warlike Xeno species in the galaxy. Would that be mankind? It'd be mankind. Unfortunately for the other races, they are also amongst the most numerous and widespread, hostile and completely anarchic, like anarchy, but as a I don't know. The Orcs pose a lethal threat to all they encounter. We got some pictures of orcs. Orc leaders, orc psychers, orc technology is the best. And then how to paint Necrons. This is using Nuln Oil. And then whatever this gloss shade is, they have it there going over the, or in the recesses it looks like. And then Reichland Flesh Shade on all the gold. And then little bits and bobs. Okay. And then Reichland Flesh Shade again on all the gold. And on the faces. And then we got some unit profiles for Technomancers, Flayed Ones, how to do reinforcements. And then we got a little mission called Besieged. So yeah, a little short magazine on that one. But we still got this. And we got 2 ghost paints, which is pretty cool. Beyond the boundaries of physical space, there's a dimension utterly incomprehensible to mortal minds. It lies on the other side of dreams and nightmares, infinite in size and without form or structure. This maddening realm is created from the emotions of mortal beings, and in it dwells the Chaos Gods and their endless legions of demons. Got a thing of Khorne, Tzeentch, the Black Crusades, Abaddon. And Abaddon, what the fuck are there Space Marines in this thing about chaos? Get out of here. Get out of here. You want to learn about all the chaos demons, not the fucking Space Marines. Then we got Nurgle and Slaanesh. Nurgle is probably my favorite chaos god. Alright. We got some terrain. There we go. We got some terrain. So this terrain is very similar to the stuff we've gotten before, but it's actually different. Yeah, this is a different set of walls, even though it's very similar to the other stuff. Which is cool. It means it'll go along with it. Ooh, look at that boy. Yeah, Tomb Blade. That's going to be cool as shit. Yeah, looking forward to that. That's cool. Boop, boop, boop. Legio Cybernetica. When the vast and ancient automatons of Legio Cybernetica go to war, the ground shakes with the thunderous stomping of their robotic feet. The air is then filled with the tech priest's praise, glorifying the Omnissiah from rasping voxes. I love these robots. I know they're kind of like one of those divided things where some people hate them and some people love them, but I think they're cool as shit. The Imperial Fists have stood as steadfast defenders of the Imperium since the Great Crusade. They are the Emperor's shield, indomitable and unbreakable. They live on the Fortress Monastery Phalanx. And they... I'm sorry, I was trying to make out what the hell was going on in this picture. They're all about building stuff. So I guess it makes sense they're in a terrain magazine. Here's how the terrain goes together. So similar to the last piece, but different. Let's see how we paint it all up. I like that they're using the dry brush here. Okay, real talk. I've actually been using the fuck out of the dry brush that came in this magazine. I legitimately use the hell out of the brushes that came in this magazine. I know that's really stupid, but like I actually like use them constantly. The basing brush and the dry brush are 2 things I like use the living shit out of. We got some more rolls from Primaris Captain. How to maximize auras. How transports work. How aircraft work. More on the psychic phase. And then a mission for behind enemy lines. So, not a ton in that one. There was a lot of like roll stuff in that one. Alright. Last but not least, we got issue 35. You know what they haven't put in here in a while? One of the little stories. Hasn't been one of those this whole time. Alright. We get this guy, who is an engine seer. This is a cool model. He looks really cool when he's all painted up. As a matter of fact, looking fancy. Looking good. Yeah. He's a cool model. So I'll probably kit bash this one into something else. Let's see. We're going to get a tomb blade. I'm going to get some more pipes. Honestly, you can never have enough of these pipes. They're like amazing. Engine seers are the mystics, are tech mystics, who specialize in the maintenance of imperial technology. They can be found serving in almost every department of the Imperium. Those that serve the armies of the Adeptus Mechanicus specialize in the repair of operations of war machines and vehicles. Yep. So they just, they keep stuff running. Ooh, Styges, the ever-staring Cyclops. The Magi of Styges 8 are not well trusted by their peers from other Forge worlds. Their cohorts have a dark reputation of dubious behavior relating to the pursuit and acquisition of Xenos technologies, and their activities have drawn the attention of the Inquisition. Ooh, Graia, the crown of miracles. The armies of Graia are among the most stubborn and indomitable to fight in the defense of the Imperium. They have a reputation for martial discipline and bravery. Oh, look at the bottom. It shows you what Legio they are. Does it do it for this one too? No. Legio Astraman. Graia is a home of the Titan Legion, known as the Legio Astraman, or the Morning Stars. These war machines are responsible for defending the Belt of Arn, a region of space that forms a border between the Segmentum Pacificus and the Segmentum Tempestus. Like all of Graia's military forces, they are renowned for their refusal to retreat, even in the face of certain destruction. Titan Legios are cool as shit. There's a thing on Age of Darkness, Imperial Reform, The Long War, and then how to build our buddy. Oh, it's showing you how to do a sub-assembly. Interesting. That's really neat. I've actually never seen them sub-assembly before. That's pretty cool. Really weird thing is they didn't give you glue to do sub-assembly, because you're going to need... yeah, you're going to need super glue to do that. Because if you try to use plastic glue over the paint, it's not going to work. Doctrina Imperatives. I am not reading all those rules. All those rules can go fuck themselves. The shooting phase. And then we have a new mission called the Monolithic Task. Yeah. Legitimately, the Adeptus Mechanicus are why I stopped playing 9th edition. Because they just... the whole thing with like this Qatari thing, and it's like benefits and negatives and little things that turn on here, and I just can't do it. Can't do it. One-page rules for life. Like actual 40k, can't do the rules anymore. Just can't. Ugh! One-page rules, fucking great. All right. Premium kit 2 time. This one is Tyranids. So the last one was Chaos Space Marines, and we got a Chaos Space Marine boss model, and then like half of the Chaos Space Marines start collecting. This one is 3 different Tyranid models. So we'll read the book in a minute. We are gonna get a full-sized unit of Gene Stealers. So these come in runners of 8, like this. They're pretty dope because you have some options. You can give them claws. You can give them little extra bits of armor. They have a ton of different head options. Like, look at this. Each one of these sprues has 9 heads for 4 guys, right? They're a little bit older models, but they're pretty nice, right? They're pretty sweet. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to get 8 of them. They run in units of 5, but you're going to get 8 of them. Next up, we're going to get a whole bunch of gun arms. And you're like, what the hell are these for? Well, these are gun arms. 3 sets on each set. These, we're going to get 4 of these because we're going to get 12 of the next guys. So we're going to get 12 of these gaunts. 4 per runner, so we're going to get 3 runners. 3 different gun options for each one. They don't really have any head or body options or anything like that, but they're going to have different gun options. So you can use these like little machine gun looking guns, or they can each have like a set of these like fist pistols, or these bigger like, I don't know, like hive looking guns. So you're going to get 12 of these on the runners, 4 on each runner. These are really fun models. Again, they're very old, so just be aware there's a little bit of gaps to fill, there's a little bit of sprue to clean up, mold lines and stuff. But they're really fun models. Let me actually... These guys are actually not finished being painted because I have not gone back and done the patterning on their shells yet. But this is what they look like when they're done. So they're kind of like Velociraptor dinosaur bugs. They're pretty cool. And these are the Gene Stealers. The Gene Stealers right now are technically elites. In the 9th edition rules. So the other guys are troops. Gene Stealers used to be troops, but they're not anymore. And then to finish it up, we're going to get a big boy. We're going to get the boss for the Gene Stealers. So this guy used to let the Gene Stealers like run and charge and all kinds of cool shit. I don't know what he does anymore. But super cool model. He's like on this like big growth coming out of the water, or on my set that's gonna be water, but big growth coming out of the base, and he's like kind of perched on it. Super cool, super cool model. I think I'm actually gonna kit bash this one to have big claw arms. And I think I'm gonna build all of these Gene Stealers with the claw arms, because I think the Gene Stealers I have right now are all like hands. So I think these ones are going to be claw arms. So pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, let me shut this up so I can get out of the way. And we'll check out the magazine for the Tyranids. New site with Hat Girls Ford at XYZ. Give me 1 second. Oh, they actually are not showing up in the real chat. So I can't do anything about them, unfortunately. Alright. So we have a Tyranid picture here. It's pretty sweet. And we have Tyranid bioforms. Everything in a Tyranid invasion is a living being, from monstrosities the size of starships to small creatures fired from living weapons, all driven by the commands of the almighty hive mind. So this touches on a fun point. Fired is not the most descriptive term for Tyranid weapons. Tyranid weapons, whenever they shoot, the most descriptive form is ejaculate. Because literally they're like convulsing and then they fire out living things. So yeah, every Tyranid weapon is a giant dick. Just keep that in mind. So what do we have here? We've got Turbogon, and then in the back we have a big Hierophant. Ooh, descriptions of the different guns. Devourers, Flesh Borers, talks on the ammunition, then High Fleet Kraken. He is known for employing cunning and strategy to ensure victory. Rather than attacking on one front, High Fleet Kraken's forces have invaded the Imperium from multiple sides at once, isolating and trapping prey worlds and systems. Upon the battlefield, too, Kraken's bioforms function together with incredible cunning. Coordinated by the hive mind, they work together to outflank the foe, isolate defenses, and launch surprise attacks. Defenders are cut off, scattered, and picked off one by one. And there's the Brood Lord. And then we have a thing for Gene Stealers, which is pretty cool. You can see some of them have the claw hands and stuff. And then we got the Gaunts and all their different weapons, and Devourers, Spinefish, and Flesh Borers. And then we're also going to get a Ripper Swarm. Ripper Swarms often follow the Tyranid advance, feasting on the bodies of the dead and wounded. They will attack creatures many times their own size, tearing their flesh with razor-sharp teeth. I think you get one Ripper Swarm. Don't think you get enough. Yeah, I should get one guy on each thing, so. Just how to put it together. I'm going to sub in a set of claws from a Hive Tyrant for the Brood Lord, so he matches the Gene Stealers I'm going to make from this set. There they all are. And it's neat. That's actually showing you all of the different options you can give to them, because the actual instructions for these actually don't show you all those options, so it's pretty cool. And then getting the ball painted up. They're pretty much just right-click Flesh Shade, and then dry brush over it. It looks like it's cool. And then putting some pink down in the goopy bits. Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice. On the planet Tragus. Wow, could you imagine living on a planet called Tragic? Like, for real. Oof. Not want to live there. The Adeptus Mechanicus have discovered the ruins of near-intact Necron structure. The Architect, contained within, give me the key to ensuring the Imperium's victory in the Pariah Nexus. Unfortunately, the Necrons are not the only Xenos threat lurking in the shadows. Secure the Architect. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Oh, shit. The next one's gonna be Tau. Look at that. And then after that we get some orcs. It's kind of a shame they didn't do one for the Drukhari. That would have been cool. Like, maybe instead of the Tau you'd have Drukhari. This is not a very good like this set and the set before it were really good, like, descriptions of what that army is going to have in it. This was a really bad description of the Tau. The Tau is going to have a lot more big robots than this. I almost wish they would have, like, taken this guy out and given you one of the big robots or something. because that would be a better description of what this army is going to be. But yeah, that is Premium Set 2. Overall, this month was baller. The super baller. We got good terrain. We got 3 good kits in total. Plus the premium kit I think is really good. Even though a lot of those models are older, I think a lot of the stuff in there is super, super good. Super, super good. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna build these guys up. I'm gonna build this guy probably first because he's really cool. And then this guy I'll probably go in the box until I want to kit bash him. But yeah, pretty sweet run for sure. But yeah, every month except for last month, I've been super impressed with Imperium, and I just continue to be. It's really, really good. I think, you know, just very, very, like, lots of times it's very cost effective, and other times it's like just really cool. So I'm a mega big fan of it. Last month sucked, but is what it is. You know what I mean? This month is really good. So yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna call it there. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go build a shelf now because you can't see it, but just off the camera right over here, I have a set of boxes that have been here since I moved in. So they're going to get moved and broken down. And then I'm going to build a new shelf that I have sitting out of my car. It's going to go right there against that wall, and all of my terrain's going to go on it. So the idea for that is that that shelf is going to make like filming games and stuff easier. So I'm going to be able to get to my terrain easier. So that is my goal for today, is get that all built up. And yeah, it's pretty sweet. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to call it for the day. Thank you guys for watching, and keep on keeping on.